Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Signaturesniper, where gaming is my signature, and today we're going to do something a little bit different than we normally do. Normally, I do some kind of something that's still interesting, but it's always something serious. Today we're not doing something so serious. We're doing something called Signature Shit List, or the Signature Shit List, whatever you'd like to call it. So, first on my list is socks and dog pee. So, what this is basically if you're walking around your house and you have dogs, you might know what I'm talking about. You're walking around in socks and your dogs have peed on your floor and you don't realize it's there and you step right in it. That is just, it's terrible. It's disgusting. It is the evil triple threat. Because when you step in it, first, your feet are wet, 2, they're dirty and disgusting, and 3, you're going to have to wash them immediately after, unlike water. So it's just evil. It's evil. If someone bites the bottom off of your drumstick ice cream, and that is the best part, the little chocolate thinner at the bottom, it makes the whole ice cream worth it. It's the incentive to eat the ice cream, and I think, in my opinion, if I had diabetes, it would almost make it worth it, and that is ruining it. And the third thing on my list is if someone eats all the skin off of your KFC chicken bucket chicken. That is just diabolical. Who would do such a thing to you? Seriously. For doing something like that, you just, I don't even know what I could say. You deserve to die or something. Okay. People interrupting cutscenes of new games. This is terrible. This has happened to me for so many games. I got Halo 4, I remember this happened. My best friend Christian, his step-cousin Braxton, he joins the Xbox Live party. He's like, Austin, join me, let's play some Halo 4, it just came out! And I'm like, Braxton, shut the fuck up, I'm listening to the first cutscene! And it was a memorable moment, but not in the good way. And so the next thing is extreme backseat driving. So what this is, backseat driving is when you're driving and someone's sitting there talking to you, telling you what to do exactly. I remember my mom was doing this when I first got my license, or actually didn't get my license. When I first went to go take my test for my permit, she was sitting there in the back of the car just yelling at me because she was so nervous. She actually took me out of school to practice for driving, and so we're driving around all day. She's telling me step by step how to live my driving career life, or whatever you'd like to call it. And we're driving. She's telling me when to pass, how to turn, when to turn. It sounded like a GPS, but twice as detailed. It was crazy. So, a sixth thing on the list is when you buy something like a pizza or any type of food, and everyone starts just like, they walk up to your box of pizza, and they're like about to pick one up, and like you smack their hand away, and you're like, no, you can't have any. And they think the reason they did this is because they think that when you bought food, it's for everyone. No, it's not for everyone. It's for me and me alone. And number 7 is, I'm not trying to sound like a terrible person. I don't mean say feminists, not all feminists, but feminazis. Those are the terrible people. The people who make ridiculous Facebook and Twitter posts like this. Ridiculous. Why? Why do you even exist, people? And then, my 8th thing on the list is just basically a list of terrible people that I think are just ridiculous. Miley Cyrus, no one should ever masturbate on stage. Nicki Minaj, you have gone overboard with repeating the same lyrics in plastic surgery. Justin Bieber, obvious reasons. Vanoss Gaming, your jokes are bland, forced, and your fans are obnoxious. PewDiePie, your fans are just plainly obnoxious. Hillary Clinton, feminazi. Jaden Smith, false propagation of incorrect information. Drake, repetition, and he's a hipster who just changes his ideas of what he wants to do with life. And that's not cool. And Michael Moore, his entire voice, demeanor, and how he complains about every war America enters. The entire cast and crew of True Blood, Supernatural, and all of their fans. The reason I say this is all of their actors who are in this show, their 2 shows. For one, their show is not a very good show in the first place, and it's very, very feminine to the point where it makes you not want to watch it, where it feels like you're watching male porn. I haven't actually watched the show, but I've seen a lot of commercials, and it just gives you that vibe. And I think I watched a little bit of one episode, and I hated it. I watched a little bit of True Blood. It was absolutely terrible, and their actors I don't like either because they participate in this terrible thing. And then you have to listen to some kind of fangirl who's a fan of the show, and they're like I love him. He's so hot. I remember when so-and-so kissed. I wish it was me. And that's just... I would rather shove knives in my ears. Why? Why, people, why? And so it's a back and forth thing in between their fans being terrible and the actors just being terrible themselves and their fans loving them for some reason. And the last thing on my list is a backstory for NAMBLA. And this is a terrible, legitimately evil organization. This stands for the North American Man-Boy Love Association. And what this was a group during the 1990s that I'm fairly certain has been disbanded by now, were in California trying to parade saying that men trying to be pedophiles on little boys was a legitimate sexual orientation and that they should be allowed to do so. And it basically went up against the court in California, and they obviously shot it down and said no, which it should be. But the reason why I know what this is my mom, when she was in medical school in the 1990s, when this was actually going on, she was forced to write a paper about this, and she was absolutely disgusted about it. And when I was coming up with this list, I was trying to rack my mind just terrible, disgusting individuals and things. And I remembered this like 4 years ago. My mom told me about this, and it was just, why? Why do you even exist as an organization? How can you honestly believe that that is even remotely a good thing, a right thing, a righteous thing, a nice thing, or even a plausible thing that you can get brought into being even? Why was it even conceptualized? People like that need to be jailed, and I hope all the people who are parading and that were honestly jailed. And no, I do not care if you yourself are watching my channel and you are a pedophile or no pedophiles. I do not like you. I do not want you to be associated with me. And if you are, I'd like you to unsubscribe. And with that 0 to 60, I'd like you guys to have a nice rest of your day. And see you guys later. This has been Signaturesniper out.